Hey everybody, welcome to Coffee Sometimes Tea with Jen and Marcelo. So tonight we're going to be going into some features in the series about credit and financing. So go ahead.
All right. So this goes out to the community. First off, if you're not a part of the community, you definitely want to join. There's links down below. Join us. We're going to be covering over topics of finance and credit, and a lot of people in our community are really becoming masters of knowing a lot about the do's, the don'ts, and things to do and where to go. So we kind of just want to touch on it for you. Credit is always important. There's going to be a lot of people out there that go, nah, it'll be fine. Or I just don't worry about stuff like that. And the next thing you know, your identity's been stolen, your credit's been tanked, and,
We know because it's happened to us.
Yeah. So follow along in the series. We're going to be having some takeaways at the end of the series, and we'll try to give you one takeaway at the end of each segment. But first, we want to get started with an overview. First, so we did a ChatGPT to help kind of do the outline for you. And we said, hey, go research the top 25 experts out there and topics and trends and credit and finance. And so we said, okay, well, let's just go ahead and start an introduction this way as well. So the importance of regular credit report checks. This is one of the foundational steps to mastering your credit. If you don't know what's on your credit report or your history, you don't know anything about anything. And the reason why we're saying this is that important. You can't get a job. I'm going to be an influencer. Okay, great. But if you have to go get a job, they may most likely pull your credit. You need to get a car. They're going to pull your credit. No, by the way, when it comes to car and financing, don't. If you're watching this, come to the community first. We can guide you in the steps to protecting your credit while going and getting that car. And then to getting a home, getting an apartment. I can't tell you how many times that people try to go get an apartment. Even when we first moved to this town, we had to go get an apartment, and they ran our credit, and we had some issues on our credit, and we literally had to beg, hey, we didn't know. And we got lucky. Most places do not care. So it is that important. In regards to debt management. So now after you got your credit, what do you do with it? How do you safeguard it? You see all these derogs on there, lates, maybe a collection, maybe the medical, even though medical shouldn't be on there. We can help you, show you how to get things like that aren't supposed to be on there off to help boost your scores, get your credit back into a nice healthy shape. Debt management, be on time. Of all the things that you need to be on time is make sure you pay your bills, pay your mortgage, get your food. But you got to have a plan. Well, all my bills are on the 1st, and I don't get paid until the 15th. Did you know you could ask for those dates to be changed? You can, but you have to be on time. Other things that you can do, know your utilization.
It's huge.
Don't just rack up the credit cards and then be like, I'm all maxed out. Okay, great. Well, did you know that having a high ratio and maxed out cards actually works against you? We want to make sure you keep those cards nice and balanced. And there's some travel hacks that you can get out of this. Get the rewards for using the cards the right way, which we're going to be going again further in topic on this. And a lot of people that are watching this are most likely from our group, and they know what we're talking about. But we would like for you to join us so you can learn too.
Credit diversification,
is credit tools. Diversify, know the mix. Don't just go get.
There's spots where you guys can, we'll get into it later, but each credit card pulls from a different FICO. There's the three bureaus.
Yeah.
Some of them pull from the same one. Some pull from those. So you could go and get 4 or 5 cards in one shot, by using
all in the
same day because they only pull from one credit report. Then you can go get another set of 5 that pulls from a different credit report.
I wouldn't do 5. More like
I'm just
more like 3, 3, and 3 if you had to. Like it just depends on what are your goals, what's the purpose. Don't just go get credit to just go get it.
Yeah, once you have a credit, what are you going to use it for? Not just to go spend.
How are you going to put that credit to use? Don't just go out and buy a bunch of blingy necklaces and watches and jewelry. Did you know that some of the top NFL players actually, and I don't remember his name, but he did a whole podcast on this. And I'm sorry, I'm not a big footballer, but this one is. So maybe he'll remember the name. But all he did was he went to Claire's, got some what you would think is bling.
Ocho Cinco.
Okay, there you go. So all he cared about was his future and getting and doing business and getting down to it. So I'm just gonna put that out there. Don't go out and spend the credit on blingy stuff. Be very mindful and protective of that, because that's how you're going to build your foundation, build your future, and we can show you the steps on how to do that. And join the group, we have experts. They'll really go in and help you out there too.
So down the road, we're also going to be doing a masterclass webinar on all this stuff too. So in the series, so that's why we want basics and a masters. But we will stick it through all of the series so you guys get just the top, shavings per se, and then in our school private community, we'll be diving deep into dive right into the program. So again, we just wanted to kind of give a quick little topic on this, or a quick little chat on this for you guys. All right, guys. So we're going to jump right into the top credit building products and experts on what's going on.
So we're just going to kind of cover this briefly.
We're just going to briefly do this,
And then we're going to try, and then in the next video, we're going to really break it down for you, because this is going to be a series. So we're going to be covering different building products like Dovely, Credit Karma, MyFICO. These are some of the ones that we know.
I know Stellarfi and
Chime. NerdWallet. A lot of people know NerdWallet. I know NerdWallet. I actually went to NerdWallet. But here's something to know. Don't just go to these sites, and I'm going to pull up one really quick, and then we'll go into that further in the next video. But don't go into these sites and go, oh, wow, look, I can go in here, and here's Experian, here's MoneyLion. It gives you little reviews, which is great. Understand them. But don't just start clicking on things and filling things out. It can work against you. It can hurt your scores. It can be pulling credit when you don't think you're pulling credit. And those are some of the things we want to be able to go over with you to know how to get started.
Between soft pulls, hard pulls, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So.
But again, know how to get started. And some of the things that we did for you, we're using ChatGPT4. It is the paid version. So
$20 a month, guys.
Yep. And so what we did is we went ahead and said, okay, we want to do some research without going crazy. And we said, hey, give us the top 50 experts. And this is the quick search that came back. So you can go into ChatGPT4 and you can ask it these questions. And we're going to do a couple of examples for you here in the next video. So stay tuned, and hope to see you again soon. So cheers to you, and catch you on the next one.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you a little bit.